Hi Aries, happy birthday and welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your April 2024 tarot reading. Thank you to those of you who liked, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, take out the cross spread as always, and also pull the 4 agreements and Wisdom of the Oracle card for you guys. We're actually going to start the reading off by Romano's Astrology ice we have in front of us to get an idea of where your folks should be as far as that goes. Alright, so we have Uranus, and Uranus is actually going to be, well, it has been for quite some time, but it'll be in your second house of Taurus, and that's related to your possessions, self-worth, finances. Alright, we have Leo, and astrologically speaking, it's going to be quiet there, but that's 5th house energy for you guys, which could point to romance, creativity, children. And we have 9. So 9th house energy for you guys is Sagittarius. Also another area of the zodiac that'll be a little quiet this month, but looks like a lot of fire energy coming through for you guys this month for sure. Alright, so with that out of the way, we'll get started with the main spread. In the main situation position, we have the 3 of Cups, and challenging that, we have the Knight of Pentacles. So Cancer energy here and Virgo energy. And really what I'm seeing with this could just be saying that there might be opportunities for you to get out and celebrate, but maybe there's just too much going on within your work lives for you to actually participate in that. So let's just look at it from a mundane level, right? Could just be saying that maybe people are encouraging you, hey, come out, Aries, let's go, let's celebrate your birthday, right? But maybe you have this big work project going on to where you're like, oh, okay, yeah, maybe you want to do it to an extent, but you're like, oh, it really just set me back because I have this big thing that I'm working on. So feels like you might not be able to participate in many celebrations this month. All right, in the foundation position, we have the 8 of Swords. So yeah, and maybe this is partially why, right? Like we said, maybe you just have a lot going on right now to where you're like, okay, I feel a little bit overwhelmed already without taking on the extra responsibilities of going out with friends, whatever the case may be, right? Where on the surface level, sure, that might be fun, but not when you have so many other things on your mind and so many other things you have to take care of, right? So that could just be where you feel a little bit stuck, and then maybe for whatever reason you feel a little bit guilty around telling these people that you wouldn't be able to do it, right? All right, past energy, we have the Star. So yeah, could just be saying that maybe that's because you'd recently gone through a bit of a tough time too, right? So maybe you're still finding your footing around that situation. Maybe this was something back in Aquarius season. You're still just trying to build up momentum now as we move into your season. All right, in the present position, we have the Wheel of Fortune. So this is actually an energy of Jupiter here, which is also in your second house along with Uranus, and they're going to be moving toward a conjunction with each other. So it could just be saying that maybe that's why, right? Maybe you're just going to have this opportunity to boost your finances that you might just feel like it's too good to pass up. All right, in the near future position, we have the Ace of Swords. And this could just be saying that you might actually find an inventive way to navigate these energies, right? So maybe you would find a way to meet others halfway, right? As far as, okay, maybe I could come out for a little bit, or even if not that, you might just feel like you found a much better way to communicate what your situation is, right? Because maybe for some of you too, you might not even want to necessarily let everyone know this big opportunity that you have available to you until you feel like you've truly secured it, right? It's like, well, how do I tell them? How would I explain to them? Oh, I can't really go out and celebrate when maybe that's what you're known for, right? And they're like, oh, it's kind of weird. So that could be part of it too. But whatever the case, it looks like this is saying that you would find an inventive way around the situation. All right, in the position of your influence in the situation, we have the Hermit. So yeah, this could just be saying in general, this is Virgo energy, by the way, but it could just be saying that in general, you're taking things, excuse me, a lot more seriously right now. And again, like I said, maybe focused more on work, right? So maybe if you were known as someone who'd always be down to go out and party, right? Do spontaneous trips or things like that, it could just be saying that now you're feeling like, okay, I actually really need to rein it in and focus on one thing at a time. Okay, in the environment position, we have the Nine of Wands. So to me, this says you might not necessarily be too thrilled about it either deep down, right? But at the same time, you feel like, okay, I've come quite a far way here. I know I'm close, right? So there could be that part of you that's like, okay, it's unfortunate that the timing didn't work out a little bit better for me, but at the same time, I feel like you have the realization that you just need to stick with it at this time. All right, in the hopes or fears position, we have the Seven of Swords, so Aquarius energy here. So yeah, for some of you, that could be what's fueling you too, right? Where, again, like I said, you might feel like this opportunity that you have is such a good one that you might feel like if you don't take advantage of it immediately, it might slip through your fingers. All right, and in the outcome position, we have the Seven of Wands. So this is Leo energy here. And yeah, to me, this is saying that, maybe you will ruffle some feathers when you let people know. Like I said, especially if you were always the one who would put others first, and now you're in a position where you're trying to put yourself first, and that might cause ripple effects within your friend group or even your family, whatever the case may be, right, or your work environment. I feel like this is saying that ultimately it will benefit you in the long run, right? So you might have people who will, be a little upset by it, right? Maybe criticize the movement on your part, but at the same time, it looks like this is saying that it's something that you're meant to be doing at this time. Okay, and bottom of the deck, we have the Tower. So it's interesting to see this card and see how, if we look at the Ace of Swords, it's basically pointing right toward that Tower, right? So, like I said, I feel like whatever this realization you guys might have in the near future, it really might be what triggers this Tower moment. So, like I said, it could be as simple as if you've always been more on the people pleasing side, right? People are like, oh yeah, just come out and party with us, but like I said, that okay, whatever you have going on, if you were to do that, that would just slow you down around that situation, and you view that situation as more important, more valuable to you. But in the past, you would always just go along with it, right? And now, if you decide, yeah, you know what, I'm going to pass on that in of itself could shock people because they're like, oh, okay, we're so used to Aries always coming in for these kinds of things, so that could be what's going on there. And I will mention, though, we're going to have Mercury retrograde in your sign as well, pretty much as soon as April starts. So that could be a factor around communication too. But it could also have you look at things from your past from a different angle and maybe see things that you might have missed previously. Okay, for your Four Agreements card, we have don't take anything personally and be immune to others' opinions. Right? Says what others say and do is a projection of their own reality, their own dream. When you are immune to the opinions and actions of others, you won't be the victim of needless suffering. So yeah, at the very least, this definitely sounds like a good message to keep in mind, like we said, especially given that you will have Mercury retrograde in your sign. So could definitely be some harsh communications here and there. From the Wisdom Oracle, we have Round and Round. There's the artwork, and the number is 25. So, like I said, this could be maybe, especially with the Eight of Swords, right, and even the Nine of Wands, maybe these are cycles that you've gone through before, and maybe you just feel like suddenly it comes through to you that there's a different way to approach it, and then that could actually unlock things for you. But we'll see what the book says for that. Okay, essential meanings says the spiral quality of events when a lesson isn't quite integrated, cycles you are challenged to break, revisiting a pattern from a new perspective. The Oracle's message. The appearance of this card is a reminder that although it may appear that you've gone backward, the truth is that you are standing at a higher level, looking down into your circumstances. You will learn something, do something better, and break a cycle set up in the past. You actually have a bird's eye view of your initial footprints and can access the wisdom and lessons learned. So interesting message there, especially the part about the bird's eye view of your initial footprints, because that reminded me, at least visually, a little bit of the Seven of Wands in the outcome, where you could see that they have a higher vantage point of those around them. So hopefully that resonated. And quite frankly, the Hermit, we could see the same thing there as well. The relationship message says, are you wondering, how did I get here again? Does something feel familiar right now in your dynamics with others? Maybe a little too familiar? Don't be surprised that you found yourself repeating an old story with the same sort of person who may not look similar, but who attracted you because of your easy acquaintance with his or her qualities. Your relationship is a mix of what is good and what is potentially challenging. You have been drawn to this person through the perfection of Spirit's plan for your evolution. You may have circled back to an accustomed spot, a familiar place, but that's fine, as you get to do things again, only differently this time, for you learned something of great value since the last time around. How will you choose to behave now that you're aware? Remain curious and stay out of the blame game. So yeah, definitely a positive message here. I will say this didn't really come across as a romantic situation. It seems, like I said, maybe more work-related, friends, maybe even family, but hopefully I resonated with you anyway. And the prosperity message says if you're in a scenario that appears to be an echo of something that's already happened in the past in your work life, it's because you're being invited to see what you couldn't see before. This is a perfect time for you to look at the deeper motives you have and your attraction to the opportunities and people who have entered your life to be part of your journey to prosperity. Who helps you navigate? Who sabotages you? Who supports you? What are the familiar signs and your responses to them when you find yourself in a repeat of a pattern of the past? It's a good time to get a coach or a mentor who can help you see what you can't on your own. Repeat what works, not what doesn't. Then you will free yourself from the old cycles and cease going round and round. Definitely an interesting message there. I will say I don't necessarily see a mentor energy popping up for you guys this month, but with the Wheel of Fortune in the present, at the very least, there could be some kind of conversation, communication that comes through, and maybe that's what triggers that Ace of Swords energy for you guys in the near future. But hopefully that resonated with you guys. Once again, happy birthday, and I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.